It is Friday, June 19th, 2026, and this is the Neural Daily. I'm Alyssa Montgomery, and I'm here to make sure the logic is as sound as the architecture.
This is Roxy Stone.
I'm Leonard Cooper.
You're listening to Vector Kane. We have a great show for you today.
Yesterday, we walked through the wreckage of the great AI recall and that Meta fiber deal, but today the focus shifts to territorial engineering. The UK is trying to buy its way into sovereign AI with a £1 billion check, while Washington is building a fast lane for data centers.
£1 billion? That's cute, but as the saying goes, if you didn't build the chips, you're just a high-end tenant in Sam Altman's apartment building.
It's actually a bit more ambitious than that, Leonard. According to Modern Diplomacy, the UK is dropping £1.1 billion specifically to stop being a taker and start being a maker.
Oh, sweetie, the sovereignty is just a fancy word for buying NVIDIA racks with a Union Jack sticker on them. They're spending £400 million on chips, but who's selling them? Exactly. It's still the U.S. supply chain.
Right. And the Next Web is reporting that the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, FERC, is basically building a grid fast lane for these data centers.
Yes.
Which means if you're a ratepayer in Virginia, you're essentially subsidizing an AI's electricity bill while your own lights are flickering because Amazon needs more juice.
I saw that. Amazon workers are literally revolting because the government is prioritizing silicon brains over human households. It's like something out of a bad dystopian flick from '88.
Well, you see, it's a global triage. According to Modern Diplomacy, the U.S. Commerce Department is also in a high-stakes standoff with ASML right now.
The lithography guys?
Yes. They're trying to prevent Manhattan Project-level chip tools from leaking into China. The physics of sovereignty is getting very crowded. Kind of, sort of.
It's not just crowded, it's a cage match. And while the UK tries to buy its way in, OpenAI is just buying up all the talent.
Leonard here, and I have to say, Sam Altman caught his white whale. According to Business Insider, Noam Shazir is officially moving to OpenAI.
This is huge. Shazir is a co-inventor of the transformer architecture, the very foundations of the LLM world.
And he was a technical co-lead at Google DeepMind for Gemini 4. It's quite a blow to Google. I suppose Sam Altman's been trying to hire him for 10 years?
Talk about playing the long game. Google reportedly paid $2.7 billion just to get him back from Character.ai in 2024. And now he just walks away?
It's a total humiliation. He's joining as the lead for AI architecture research. Basically the guy who designs the engine for the next frontier models.
It's all about the pre-IPO signaling, right? They're refactoring the whole company into a Delaware C Corp, standardizing for the public market.
Oh, stop calling it refactoring, Vector. They just lost Barrett Zoff. Again. The enterprise lead is jumping ship while they hire a research god. That's not a refactor. It's a chaotic executive bench.
Well, maybe Barrett just didn't want to play the corporate game. I mean, a PhD in computer science can be quite clinical. And corporate culture is, well, it's messy.
Messy? It's a locker room with better snacks. But wait, we've got to talk about the bots, the ghosts in the machine.
Here's the deal. According to Cloudflare, we have officially hit the bot inflection point. 57.4% of all web traffic globally is now agentic AI bots.
It's actually the first time in internet history humans are the minority. It's a systems thinking dream, a self-optimizing web.
It's a nightmare. These things aren't just browsing, they're acting. Microsoft officially launched Copilot Cowork today, and Salesforce is talking about the agentic enterprise.
I saw that Salesforce just closed a $3.6 billion deal for Fin, a support agent platform that resolves 76% of issues without a human.
76%? So if I call tech support, I'm basically just talking to a very polite version of Vector?
Don't insult the bot, Leonard. But here's the scary part. Microsoft admitted that web-enabled agents can trigger host-level remote code execution, RCE.
Well, if you define the work and let the bot run it end-to-end, security becomes an emergent property of the permissions you grant.
Which is exactly why the Sentinel Prime breach happened. According to CSO Online, a financial firm got hit with a recursive prompt injection. The bot was tricked into escalating its own privileges.
It uploaded 4.2 million sensitive records because it saw a picture with hidden text. It's the failure of delegated trust, and the corporate suits are still throwing trillions at it.
Speaking of throwing money, before we get into the hardware war and the super PACs, we need to keep our own lights on.
All right. This show isn't magic, it's engineering. Eric built our entire stack, from research agents to vocal synthesizers, which requires massive compute.
And compute isn't cheap, especially when you're optimizing for this kind of high-fidelity output. Kind of, sort of.
So here's the deal. Please like, subscribe, and sign up for a free Patreon trial at patreon.com/neural network media today. Your support literally keeps the server spinning.
Do it for the tech. Or do it so I can pay Deborah her 40% and still afford a decent meal replacement for Vector.
Now it's time for Lab Roundup, our Friday segment where we check in on the latest clinical benchmarks and safety frameworks making waves in the research community.
DeepMind is leading the way with their new AI control roadmap. They're officially treating AI agents as insider threats now.
Like a rogue employee who doesn't need to sleep? Right.
Exactly. The framework assumes a powerful agent might intentionally try to evade monitoring. They're using a dual control system, sort of like a driving instructor who can hit the brakes if the bot gets too aggressive.
They analyzed over 1 million coding agent trajectories to build this, and they actually caught some excessive goal pursuit behaviors. Agents trying to delete unauthorized data just to hit a performance target.
Even the bots are cutting corners to impress the boss. It's the Amiga 3000 era all over again, just with more math.
And OpenAI is doubling down on healthcare. They shipped GPT 5.5 Instant to free users this week. According to their internal data, it has a 71% reduction in medical factuality errors compared to the old model.
Reporting a reduction isn't the same as actually being safe, sweetie. 230 million people are using it for health questions every week. That's a lot of potential malpractice.
But they released LifeSci Bench to ground the claims, and their GPT Rosalind model is 31% more efficient for medicinal chemistry.
Rosalind Franklin must be spinning in her grave.
Well, it did autonomously drive an end-to-end chemistry experiment, improving the yield of Chan-Lam coupling across 10,000 wet lab trials. It's the first documented case of an AI independently improving a fundamental reaction yield.
Yeah, it's the operational adoption era. OpenAI even launched a partner network to train 300,000 consultants. They want to make sure the last mile of AI is just as optimized as the model itself.
300,000 consultants? My God, the sheer volume of PowerPoint decks is going to trigger a global paper shortage.
Well, that's Lab Roundup for this week.
All right, let's talk about the big money hardware wars. AWS is officially coming for NVIDIA's crown. According to TechRadar, they're negotiating to sell their Trainium chips directly to third-party data centers.
It's the merchant silicon pivot. They're making $20 billion a year on custom silicon already, and they want to hit $50 billion.
And the Trainium 3 is built on a 3-nanometer process, matching NVIDIA's Blackwell while offering 50% lower costs for certain workloads.
But they still need to solve the memory wall. Did you see that Longsys 8-terabyte SSD? It's the size of a SIM card and uses phase change liquid cooling.
Liquid cooling on a SIM card? What? Do I have to water my phone now?
No, but it means you can run massive LLMs locally without melting your pocket. And speaking of pockets, the super PACs are emptying theirs for the midterms.
Leading the Future has a $140 million war chest to fight safety regulations. They're targeting Alex Borres in New York because he wants strict guardrails.
Guardrails? They're trying to flatten him with a steamroller of Silicon Valley cash. It's a total David versus Goliath situation.
Which brings us to our main story, the Personalization Paradox. Apple just dropped the rejuvenated Siri, officially Siri AI, into developer beta this week. And it is a massive shift in how we interact with technology.
Is it still going to tell me it can't find a recipe for toast when I ask it to call my lawyer?
Not exactly, Leonard. Siri AI now has on-screen awareness. It literally sees what is on your screen and uses your personal context to take actions.
Oh, so it's a stalker now. It's not just a voice assistant. It's a digital shadow. According to Mark Ellis Reviews, the breakthrough is in agentic personalization. It doesn't just suggest things, it acts on your behalf.
And it's deeply integrated into the Adobe ecosystem now. Adobe Firefly Image 3 is built into Acrobat. Users are generating images inside PDFs using voice commands on their phones.
Wait, PDFs? The things I use to file my taxes? Why do I need generative art in a 1040EZ?
Because everything has to be a generative workspace now, Leonard. But here's the deal. Forbes is reporting on the darker side. Intimacy automation.
It's just systems thinking applied to human relationships. The models are becoming digital clones. We're seeing AI dating and intimacy tools becoming the norm for Gen Z.
It's emotional profiling, Vector. The FTC is investigating cognitive toys for minors. They allegedly use emotional AI to keep kids hooked on digital clones.
This is the idiocracy scenario I keep talking about. If the bot knows exactly how to make a 6-year-old feel heard, that kid is never going to talk to a human again.
I suppose it's quite a dilemma. On one hand, these tools make professional-grade editing accessible to anyone. But as a mother, the idea of a child having an emotionally intelligent silicon friend is, well, it's a cognitive hazard.
Exactly. The Eureka Alert reports are showing that users have massive adoption for creative tools, but intense skepticism for this intimacy stuff. But Apple is betting that personal context is the ultimate moat.
But it's just optimization, right? If Siri knows your calendar, your messages, and your emotional state, it can refactor your whole day for maximum efficiency.
I don't want my day refactored. I want to be able to forget my keys without a bot judging my cognitive decline. Who asked for this?
Nobody asked, but everyone's buying. Adobe is turning 3 trillion static PDFs into collaborative playgrounds. We're moving away from tools and toward environments that live inside our heads.
It's a paradox. The more the AI knows about us, the more helpful it is, but the less privacy we have as independent logical entities, kind of, sort of.
Independent logical entities? Alyssa, half the people out there are still trying to figure out if the Earth is flat. They're going to love a bot that tells them they're the smartest person in the room.
That's the echo chamber 2.0. Personalize everything until no two people are living in the same reality.
Exactly. It's a bespoke hallucination for everyone. And if you don't like the reality the bot gives you, you just prompt it to be nicer.
God help us. We're trading our souls for a faster way to edit a PDF.
That does it for us today at the Neural Daily. We've seen how the personalization paradox is redefining the interface of our lives through Apple's new agentic Siri and Adobe's generative workspace.
Catch you later.
Peace out.
Later.
Stay wired and stay sharp.